Hello, hello, beautiful people. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my life. This is Njideka from Calicious Foods. So today we'll be doing small story time. Um, Today I'll be talking on how I started the brand, the Calicious Foods. Sometimes it's very important and crucial to discuss on how we got, maybe from my own story someone might be inspired. So while I while I try to adjust my tripod, we wait for people to be on the wait for people to be on the live. So today I am going to be discussing on how I started this brand. I'm going to be talking on how I started the brand, the Calicious Food. How it's all, I didn't wake up one day and believed or knew I was going to be in food business. Apart from, while I was still young, I spent most of my time in the kitchen cooking. I came from a family that made sure that the ladies would be in the kitchen cooking. Hello, Rosie Empire. How are you? You're welcome to the live. I said today I am talking on how I started I mean, the brand The Calicious Foods. Okay, while growing up, I never knew today I'll have a business. I'll be cooking food for people, baking for people. I said apart from when I was still small, my parents making me cook from I think from my 13 years of age, I've already started cooking, going to market. I could write a whole list of what I want to use for cooking. Then I'll go to market, I'll purchase this ingredients, come and prepare food. So I started early in cooking food. So then I never knew today I will have a brand called The Calicious Foods. But as time went on, I went through university. I graduated with BSc in psychology. Even then, I didn't know. In school then, I knew how to bake, I knew how to cook, but I was doing it for people free. My parents were there, they were supplying. If I've not known the business of this, I've not known I'm going to have a brand, I didn't know I'm going to use this for a business. But as time went on, I graduated from school. I had a very nice grade. When I finished, I went for one interview. I could remember going for one private interview. I was actually employed. One day, the employer sent me a letter. What was in the letter? They just told me I should get relieved of my duties, that I should stop working. They just stopped me from working like that. You know, me, I thought of this and said, what am I going to do? That was when it occurred to me that I knew how to do some foodstuffs. I knew how to do chim chim. I knew how to do cakes. Then I had to leave Abuja, where I was doing this work, to travel to Lagos. To start, I had to leave um, Abuja to go to Lagos. When I got to Lagos to stay with my elder brother, I was just there doing nothing. I one day it just occurred to me that I could do chin chin, I could do meat pies, carry along. I was just doing it, putting in a basket, a hamper basket. Someone sent it for us, so I emptied this hamper basket. I'll do these snacks, I'll put it there, I'll carry it street to street, advertising myself. I do cake, I do this. From there I started getting small jobs. I started getting jobs. People tell me, bake cake for us now, they really like the chin chin. Can I do this? Your meat pie is like this. Do this one. they started doing some corrections. From there, people started correcting me, perfecting me, correcting. From there, I started doing small. I had people, they were encouraging me. Why don't you go and learn this? Why don't you go and improve yourself in this? Why don't you go and improve yourself in this? That was how I started, small by small, and started improving myself. Yes, it was. It was. Sometimes we need a door to close before another one to open. Because if I was still in that job, I wouldn't think of this. Yes, of course. So from there, I improved gradually. From there, I went to meet some shops. Will you need this? Will you need that? They said, they really like my chinchin. I should supply it to them. That was how I planned on buying show glass. I had to pay for show glass. I even paid for like how many show glass to put in people's shop. They were like, if you're going to supply us, we're going to put in plastic buckets. I said, no, don't put in plastic buckets. If you put in plastic buckets, people might not patronize me. So I now started buying show glass for them. When I bought the show glass for them, I will now bring those products, I'll put it there. From there, people started liking it. They will tell me, do this for us, they will tell me, people really liked it, so person really liked it. Wow, thanks so much. Thanks. um, uh, Dance strength, thank you so much. So that was how I started. Then I started supplying to people. Then I've not named my business, I've not even thought of naming it. Gradually, Val came out. I had one friend then. When Val came out, he said we could do cakes, take to offices, that it was Val. I could do chocolate cakes, fruit cakes, and take to offices that they will really love this. So from there, I was just doing supplying. You know, sometimes when when we want to do something, the first thing that comes to your mind, maybe you are into fashion designing, you know, we could start from somewhere. Just start from somewhere, start, and then start improving yourself. Because if you continue to procrastinate, you will find out you will not actually do anything. So that was how I started then in Lagos. People started knowing me. You see, some people, they say they really like my chinchin. People from chinchin were now ordering cakes from me. They were ordering other things. They were telling me do meat pie. They would tell me they really love the way I do my meat pies, that they like the way I package, they liked the way. That was how I just started, and that was just it. So from there, I continued to improve. Then I didn't even know how to do some snacks, like my small chops that came out to be really nice, very nice small chops. Then I was watching a lot of YouTube videos, even the ones that sometimes they were going to confuse you. You know, sometimes somebody is teaching another thing, they are snapping another picture, but they are giving you wrong recipes. I brought this, I continued doing my practicals. It was these practicals I continued to do. Yes, of course, food business. And to do this food business, you don't even need capital. When you have a handwork, no matter what it is, you don't really need capitals. Food business is, and now that things are getting, you know, things are really expensive. People don't have money, but they will still patronize your food business. I am a witness. People will still eat, you know. So that was how I continued, you know. I was improving myself. I was into cake, chin chin. Then I now saw that small chops is another part of this catering business that I could really make. So I made the Indian people 5 and 6 in YouTube, because they were the ones that have this food. I was learning the back. I had to learn the back by myself. I didn't want to find someone. I know I really took time learning these things. I had to take time to learn these things, you know, and that was how I continued. So now how I got this brand, the Calicious Foods. Actually, when I started, I was not using the Calicious Foods. First of all, I named it Deka's specialty. Even my email is still bearing this Deka's specialty, Deka's specialties, you know. Then people were now saying, okay, my idea then was that if you said Deka's specialty, which means I didn't want to specialize in one thing. I was specializing in food. I'm into small chops. I'm into pastries. I'm into a lot, everything that has to do with food. You know, I'm into balls. I'm into everything that is food, ice cream, everything, cocktail, mocktail, everything. If you talk of food, I'm into it. So I thought when I called this specialty, people were now asking me, if you name this Deka specialty, people will not really understand. There's no food in it. What specialty is it? Clothes? Why don't I name this thing something that is related to food? I have to really name it something related to food. So I was like, I went into net. I didn't just wake up one day and say, okay, let me just name it. No, I went to do search. People into food, how do they name their food? I think there's one brand lady. She was actually pretty, into YouTube. So I really loved the way she named hers. She's Zililicious. She's into food. She's a big time. She's even into advert now. She does a lot of things. They started. So I said, okay, I can also use my name, then put licious. So that was how Dekalicious came to be. I now say, okay, fine. My name is Njideka. Dekas. So I took the Deka from it, then put licious. Anybody knows that licious, you know. When I did this, it like broke the internet. People were like, who is this Dekalicious? Who is this Deka? Even before people started hearing, I'm still growing on all my social media, praying to God. I get to somewhere that is very high one day. I know I'm going to get. But that was the real break. The name, you know, the brand, that name. When I started that name, it was like, okay, she really knows what she's doing. That was how I started. So I got that brand, that name from this lady Delicious. That was how this brand was made. Then talking about how my logo was designed. Actually, it was one lady, one of my friends that has always been a source of energy. You know, when I think I'm losing my energy, she's been the one encouraging me. She was the one that made me not change that logo. I wanted to change the logo. I saw other people's logo. I said, okay, let me go to Canvas. I did not develop my logo in Canvas. It was a guy where I was before I relocated to the place I am. He was a young guy. He was a copper. He was the one that built that brand for me. That lady said, don't lose that brand. Don't lose that logo. That logo is unique. That was how I got my logo. Until today, I'm still enjoying this logo. I will always be grateful to this lady because I will give like 50 or 60% of how my business is doing to this lady. She made sure, she said, don't delete. I almost deleted this logo, but she said, don't do it. Your logo is the most unique logo I've ever seen. That was how I left this logo. This logo has been like, let's say like 5, is it maybe up to 5 years? This logo has been, let me know, not up to, maybe like 4 years or so. I can't really say the year now, but that was how I also kept my logo. Then in this our business, in any business you're doing, not only this thank you so much, and all credit goes to this lady. You know, all credit goes to her because she was the one that really made me not to lose that logo. I wanted to do it white. Everybody's own in internet, almost everybody's own in white. She said, leave it. That was how I left my logo. Till today, I'm still using that logo, and actually I'm using it in my TikTok, in my Instagram, also in my Facebook. I'm also using in my Facebook page. It's a unique logo known by me. All my pictures I take by myself. I also put these logos. They are so unique. So let's also talk about, although I've somehow talked about mentors. Whatever you are doing, you have to have a mentor. I am still growing in this our food business. I am growing, trying all my best to get to the top. So I continue watching videos of people that are in this same brand, this same business, that have gone more than me. I continue to watch their videos. I continue to watch. I continue to watch. I continue to watch and compare. So that's what I have been doing. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much, friends. I hope you also have a channel, because this is a community. We have to know ourselves. Dance Trends, I am, when life is off, I'm going to subscribe, also subscribe to your own. If you have a channel, then we follow ourselves, because in life you learn my own, I learn from you. No one is an island. You have to learn from someone. You have to have a mentor. It doesn't mean whether you're older or younger. You just have to have a mentor. So that's it about it. And what would somebody that love cooking, maybe when you even want to get to this brand, you might first not just start the brand today, because when you don't start something from foundation, you don't have a foundation for something, you just start one day, you might collapse. So first of all, start by having fun with cooking. You have to have fun with cooking. Have fun with whatever you're doing. Make mistakes, make corrections. If you don't make mistakes of starting something, you are bound to lose. You have to make mistakes. You have to make corrections. You failing is not a problem. It's failing and not getting up. It's better you fail. You continue to fail. You continue to fail. You have to fail. For you to succeed, you have to fail. If you don't make mistakes, how will you know the correct things? You have to start from the scratch. So when they wake you up, how do you do this one? You say, how do you cook egusi? Sometimes when you start learning how to cook from child, when you grow up, you notice that you can even close your eyes. Some of our mothers, some older ones, they can close their eyes and they are cooking in the village, our grandmothers in the village, because they knew this thing from scratch. They don't need book, they don't need YouTube, they don't need anything to learn it. That's how business is also. If you want to learn a business, try and make mistakes. That's why you see big women, they will tell you they want to learn clothes. They will now go and lay them out. Go to somebody that know how to sew this clothes. Go to somebody that you know knows this business. Then stay with the person. Learn whatever you want to learn. That's how it's also in food. You start with playing with it. If you have kids, you have friends, you have family, you could, you're learning pop-up. For an instance, now you watch a pop-up video from YouTube. You go and buy the ingredients. Start from small. After all, some of the ingredients in YouTube, you find out that some of these recipes, they start with small. You start doing it for the family. You make mistake today, you do the correction the next day, continue doing correction, and before you know it will become perfect. If you go to my Facebook, you might not see much on my Instagram, but if you go to my Facebook, my personal Facebook profile, there are some cakes. In fact, there are some I deleted. If you watch them, but at times, even sometimes, I will watch one picture and a recent picture, I will say, see improvement. Sometimes I will watch one of the videos I made. And now watch this show and I say, is it even me that is doing this? And you still find out the more you do, the more professional it becomes. So we in anything we are doing, you have to start from the scratch. That's just the truth. You start from the scratch. We have to. Some of our lives will be going. I just started going live anyway. I started going live. There are some criteria for going live on YouTube. So I just started going live. Some of our lives we'll be doing some things practical on live. We'll be doing some things practical. It's not cooking. It's not something difficult. It's not. Everything about food is not anything. There's nothing difficult in it. It's just you having fun cooking it. I could be cooking and be gisting. I could be decorating wedding cake. I'll be gisting. I could be doing my small chores. I'm talking to people. But some people will tell you they need concentration. You know, I first of all take these things as having fun. You have to have fun before you start making money. Then, in this business, in the business of food, you don't just imagine the business. You have to learn it through someone that is doing it. I had this problem when I started my own business. I finished from school. My mom had been baking. I was just improving myself. Most of the things I know, I improved myself through watching YouTube. I was clever to pick one or two. It's not everybody that can learn through. So some people have to just pay you, pay concentration. It's not everybody that can learn on YouTube. You have to waste a lot of money for learning from, because there are some people there. I don't know why I am paying to watch your video and you're not giving me the right recipe. They give you wrong recipe, so you have to do a lot of experiments, especially in pastries. When you're learning Nigerian pastry, sorry to say it, when you're learning Nigerian pastries, is one or two people that will actually give you the accurate measurement. So sometimes when you are on YouTube watching their videos, you have to do a lot of experiments for you to come to an actual result that your customers or your clients are going to love. I am saying from my own story. So that's why some people will tell you, let them just pay you. They will just tell you, let them just pay you. That is better they pay you. It's better they pay you and learn it once. If you still have that kind of money, they will still pay. And that doesn't mean you will not upgrade yourself. You have to continuously be upgrading yourself. You have to continuously, for an instance, you learn chin chin. They've taught you chin chin. They've given you recipes. The person might not even give you the I don't know why they do it. I don't. If you pay me, I'm giving you if you pay me for my recipe, pay me my complete money, I'm teaching you. But some might hide some things. Reason, you read one, read two, read three. So they believe that you can't just come today and they will not give you their idea just like that. Which is, anyways, you have to be honest with people. If you say, okay, I love this, I want to pay for this, then why you pay me for that? I'm going to teach you why you paid me that stuff. But upon the person, you are learning to be greater than your teacher. So you have to still go back to Google, make Google your friend, make YouTube your friend, make TikTok your friend. Just that in TikTok, people learn from TikTok because they are fast and intelligent video you could watch for 1 minute and learn everything. If you're a fast learner. But if you're not, you also come to YouTube where things are detailed, or you go to Facebook page where things are detailed, and you continue learning. Learning is a gradual process. That is how you will continue learning these things. So that's just it. The brand, maybe in another life we might talk on how you could actually sell online. I sold a lot of things online. People will see it online. But for food, the problem you might have with food is that you sell more with people physical with you because they want to test the brand, especially when you don't have this name. There are some big names. They already know them. They can sell on, I think, small shops. I've forgotten the name of this. Is a well-known brand in Nigeria. They order them on, I've forgotten the name of this brand though, I've forgotten. They are in Lagos, they are in Abuja. I don't know whether they are in Enugu, the place I'm presently in now. I don't know, but it's a well-known chops brand. So you order them online, they will bring it to you. No, they've really made this brand, they've made their name. Nobody wants to know how the product is. They've already made that name. But if you have not made the name, you need to have a really good product that people will test and you sell with referral. People will refer you, you continue selling with referral. But if not worked, so in building your brand, you have to work on the product. That is the number one thing you have to do while building your brand. You have to work on your product. Do you even say you have a brand when you have not worked on the product? How will you even say you have a brand? It doesn't make sense. So when when Coca-Cola is claiming they have a brand and they are dragging with Pepsi, they are talking about the products now. There are people that have tested and say, I can really, not boasting, by God's grace, some people I sold because they tested and say, you see this chin chin, that is what I want. I was selling it higher. I was in a marketplace where I had shops where I was selling my products. I was selling my snacks. I was also selling cake things. Some people, the same quantity of this chin chin, I don't know whether people were like other caterers were talking. I was selling the quality of my products because I've really worked on my product. I've worked on my product, my brand now, because my product is my brand. I had um, peanuts. I had peanuts. I was also selling peanuts. I was selling the most crazy one was buns, ordinary buns. There are some days I come to market, I will finish half bag of flour. I'm selling ordinary buns. I was calling it ordinary buns. I was selling 50 naira. I was selling ordinary. It was this ordinary buns I was using to pay for my shop. Ordinary buns. You could see people. There's some people that visited the area. They just come sometime just to buy the buns. There's nothing else they want. They will just come. They will order the buns. They will tell me, will you be around on Saturday or Sunday? That they don't live in the area. They are coming from somewhere. But they are just coming for the buns. And puff puff. I had one lady then. She used to close from office. She would enter the market because I was inside the market. She would close from her office. She will enter. She said she's coming to buy the puff puff. She likes the texture and she likes the quantity of pepper I put inside. She just loved it. She was just coming for the puff puff. I'll be there as I'm frying, they are buying, and I was inside. Some people say you are inside market and you are selling like this. What of if you are outside the market? If I did not have a brand, because there's something that these people are here, I will always back on my brand. I'm in a new place. I'm starting a new business. I'm in a location now. I'm still studying the location. If I get a shop, how will I get customers to me? How will I get customers? It doesn't matter online. It doesn't matter physically where you're staying, where the shops are. How are you going to, if you did not work on your product, how are you going to get those people? That is why your product is the first thing you're going to work on. Decide on doing quality things. I am using 2 cups of flour. I'm using King's oil. I'm using this and that. You will now make sure you will make it quality every time. Even now things are hard. You will not be reducing your quality. You will be adding money. I have never lost in business. I always make gain because I always sell more expensive than others. When I was selling the container of chin chin, if you look at my through my channel, you will see chin chin. There's one short. I was showing my chin chin. I had my labels in it. I designed well designed label. Whenever people tested this thing, they they bought it. Any amount you told them. When others are selling 2.5, I'm selling 5 because it is quality. When others are complaining, I am selling. I sell 1 or 2. I've already made it. So while you work on the quality of your products, let's not forget packaging. Branding is also about packaging. When you've now worked on this product that people will open up and now say, that's the first thing actually. Then you now work on your labels, your packaging. How are you designing your label? It has to be unique now. Some people, although they are going to be testing the products later, but they want to see how you packaged it. Where I was in Abuja people, not even only Abuja, everywhere I've been in Lagos, they love packaging so much. How do you package your product? Not you're through with doing your chicken, now you're now tying it in one rubbish nylon. How are you packaging? Packaging helps branding. I really my labels was also the major thing I worked on. Labels. I had label for my small chops. I had label for my cakes. I also had label for my chin chin. I had label for everything. I had label for my balls. If you go through my stuff, I had labels for. At the time, I now discovered this app on phone. This friend I'm talking about also introduced me. This friend that told me not to delete my logo was also the one that introduced me to this app. This app, you could um you can do your labels by yourself. You could pay for the premium one and then do your labels for yourself. So you work on a very nice label. You work on a very um, nice label. I had label for everything. When I was, if I'm giving you your small chops, if you go through my pictures, you see it. I'll always put this label on top of the cover of the small chops. I'll put it there before giving. If I'm giving you ball soup, I'll put the label on top of these bowel soups. If I was even going to deliver pop-off, I will not say it's only pop-off. I had something I was putting this pop-off. All was packaging. That was the crucial part of my branding, packaging. Packaging was a crucial a crucial part of my branding. This brought up the branding. When you even come up and you are dragging with, then when I started on Instagram, there are some people, they will call me, they are doing so thing here. I will now, when I off before, I say, I'm coming up. These people have not tested my food, but through the labels they saw, through everything, that's how these ones were able to call me. Another crucial thing now is that branding. I'm still growing in this, but I'm still seeing improvements anyway. We have to rearrange our social media. You cannot do one rubbish. You have one rubbish Instagram page. You have one rubbish TikTok page. You've not designed your logo. You don't have any logo. You don't have anything showing that you are into business. You just keep it there. People will not respect your brand. This is also a part of branding. It did not just start one day. It was through experiment. You continue to do experiment. There's nobody that started. I know few could come to the internet, come to business within a month, they will blow up. But it's not everyone. there are some that when they tell you this, these people we are hearing, by the time they've been here 15 years ago, 10 years ago, though some are lucky, like I said, some are lucky within a month, especially on TikTok. Some people within a month, they are known. But some are not that lucky. Even those ones that within a month that I've seen on TikTok are people that really packaged themselves. They were ready. Some of them even have videos. You see them, they are posting, they are posting. If you watch out this video, you say, ah, me, I'm following this person. This person knows what he or she is doing. So we really have to work on our social medias. You have to, there's a way you have to arrange. I'm still working on that anyway. You have to arrange your social media. Then how are you presenting these products? Now I'm now talking about if you are online. If we are online, how are we presenting these products to people online? How? How are you doing your pictures? Sometimes the camera doesn't matter. I am a witness. You don't even need a good camera. What do you need? You need lighting. That is when you still come back to YouTube and start learning. If you cannot go and pay someone, they are doing so course here, they are doing so course here, you not pay the person to learn how to snap your products. If you're not snapping fine products, putting on your social media, tell me, how are you going to promote this? So you not really need, if you don't really have money to pay people, you can go on YouTube to learn on how to snap, learn on food photography if you're into food photography or product photography. Start learning the lighting you need. These lightings, they are not really, I don't know how much they're selling it because of how things are expensive in the country. But then I think I bought my tripod, the tripod I'm still using. I think I bought my tripod, was it I think I bought it 12,000, maybe 15. I can't really remember. It's very long. I remember then I bought in a shop. I didn't want to go online. I went to a shop and bought. Then I continue snapping. Now I'm not using my light. Where I relocated, I'm really having problem of light. They're trying to fix it. That's why I'm not even producing more videos now. Waiting for them to fix the light here. They will bring light, take light. So they are spoiling a lot of things. I had box light. I think I bought that. Excuse me. I think I bought this box light. I think I bought that box light 20. I don't know how much they're selling it now. I had this box light. I was learning with this Oyibo on YouTube how you place the light. With time I was snapping something that was making sense. I'll put the box light to show me light. I'll snap with my camera. I was using Android camera. When people see pictures, there's one of my cousins that was into fashion. She was asking me, what's the camera that me I'm using? I said, I'm not using camera, I'm using my phone. I've never used, I have cameras are millions. If you want to really buy camera that will match some of my snapping, you have to go and get all these Canon, all these expensive cameras. They are like millions of naira. I said I'm using Android though. But actually what was making my picture beautiful was the light box, the ring light. For people that ring light is not really nice for when you want to snap products or when you want to snap food, when you want to do food photography. It's box light. It comes in box that you place and place. There's a way you start learning positioning. I'll put it here, I'll snap it here. Because if you have to pay for all the, how much have you even made in the brand that you're paying for someone? So it's not something difficult. I had to learn it. I said, till now I'm still working. With time, by God's grace, if everything, you will now have money to even pay this one, pay this one. But you have to learn this to improve so that you will compete. Because in social media, competing on your brand, who are you? Even in this, who are you that you're coming out and competing? You know others, the millions, billions. So if you don't even work on your brand, you're not showing people something that is bright. How do you think people will even take that brand? people are not going to take you serious. So the major thing you have to also do is trying to your social media pages. And how you do that, getting a very nice picture, which you will do by sacrificing and doing some things. You snap this, start getting editors. I want some editing apps, photo editing, photo this one. My camera when it snaps is, but there are some editing cameras. If you go to Instagram, you will see some beautiful, some people they are doing it by themselves. If they have to really pay for all this, they might not be able to pay for everything. So you need to what now, not even camera, before you go and say you are looking for very expensive camera. You don't really need to look for this expensive cameras. What you need is just like this lighting, they call it lighting. Then you start learning how to place food, you start learning plating. You watch Oyibo on, watch our African on, know that our food is different. What do I want people to see about our food? There are some of my food, the plating I'm not going to do, I'm not advertising for I'm not advertising for restaurant, big restaurants or eateries. I am advertising that I'm cooking to give people. So sometimes you see me filling plates, trying to snap them. You're also creating an image, a brand you want people to recognize. You want to create this brand. This is how I'm an African person. We see we are eating white soup, eat fish. I'm using a fufu. Put the two fufu there. Restaurant advert is different. Restaurant branding is different from a home, or maybe somebody from a small shop, or somebody from home, maybe cooking. You are not in restaurant. You want people to see my branding. I'm cooking. It's home food I'm cooking. I'm making food for home people to come and eat this food. I am not how do I put it now, I'm not trying to portray that. I know plating, there are different types of them. You learn all those things. I learned them. Have I seen someone is okay, maybe one or two people saying they are teaching plating or this. I had to learn this thing and then relate it to my own branding for me to organize my social media, which I'm still doing. You know, then another thing that has to do with branding is that we also know that branding is also the person branding it. My brand is me. Just like in fashion, you wear, when you wear clothes, a model, when you wear clothes, you create an image you want people to relate with you. So there also your food. You brand your food in such a way it's you. I am an African. I cook Nigerian recipes. It's all about Nigerian recipes. Not only for one particular, although I'm from the east side, but I try cooking the west side. I try cooking the south side. And I also try cooking the north side. You see me trying to, although there are some there are some people that love dragging people when you cook their food. I don't know the problem they have. Maybe the problem they have is why will you cook their food? Maybe they're having problem with you making their food. I don't know. But I am African. I cook Nigerian recipe. For now, I might go beyond Nigerian recipe, but for now, I'm working on my Nigerian recipe. I want to make uh, a south. I want to make a southwest food. That is for Yorubas now. I want to cook it like a Yoruba person. I want to represent Yoruba in that food. I want to make it exactly the way they are. That is my branding. I don't have to come and uh, put gari what's the example of the mix? I want first, if you're in my channel, you enter my channel, you're learning the food the way they cook it. Not I know the jara one, if you put things that they don't put, it will make you go viral. But tomorrow, will I have misled someone that is not from Nigeria? Because sometimes you find out, like in TikTok, there are some people that are not from Nigeria. They want to learn Nigerian food from you, and you're cooking rubbish for these people. It's not a part of branding. Deceiving is not the part of my branding. Nigerian food step by step. It should be a part of your brand. Remember, whatever you are doing online is a part of your branding. Anything I do on this YouTube channel is a part of my branding. If I want to deceive people that the way they cook egusi soup is by adding groundnut oil, vegetable oil, instead of palm oil, I might go viral. People might drag you, they might share your page, they might laugh, but have you accomplished your aim? Or are you trying to brand yourself in a negative way? So what I'm trying to bring out here is that we should also remember that whatever we are doing on internet is a part of branding. When I started my TikTok, actually I went viral on TikTok fast. I went viral, I went really viral. That was how I even got encouraged, because sometimes you be in the social media, you get frustrated, you go back, you come back again, you come back. It's something that, sometimes you get frustrated. I know it happens to most people, but in TikTok, I went viral. In TikTok, nobody knew me. I was cooking. If I wanted to cook a egusi soup, I was cooking it the way my mom would have cooked it in the house. Maybe I'll add small jara. I was in my mind, I was like, this is who I am. I cannot go and add carrot to egusi. They don't add carrot to egusi. I don't have to make people happy or make people drag me. From behind, people can go viral. But sometimes those ones that went viral like that, they will vanish. So if you have been in this life, you are watching me, you want to brand by telling you the story of the experiences I had. I'm also advising you now. Like sometimes now, I'll go to my YouTube channel. I forgot my recipe book. I forgot. Today, I never met this. Snacks like cakes. Anytime you're baking, you need your recipe book. This recipe book, I'm even lazy to start writing them again. Will I now go and copy rubbish that I've taught? Is it not me? When they say, who is the owner of the Calicious Foods? I'll come out. It's me. Let's assume it's still small. It's going to grow to millions, maybe internationally. I don't know where it will grow one day, that they will call you for seminars. And some people will come and say, this woman misled us. So how will you feel? So if you don't even get anything, I know I've been blabbling, you might get one or two things, but just know that whatever you're doing, your product is you. People will eat it. They'll say Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola. The way even people, the Coke, they are calling the people that are producing it. To fear, if anything goes wrong, they will say, to fear, oh no, imagine, who did this? Who produced this? Who are the people that produce it? They are going back. So we should just remember that our branding, our branding is us. Our product is us. Your branding. Then if I will not also forget, branding is also the way, since branding is also the way you relate to people, the way you do this business. I will not also overemphasize. When I started this, it was people that started seeing the things I was doing first. They were the ones. There's one particular lady, although she later left and traveled out, and I still talk with her. Sometimes I will be discouraged, I will still call her. I'll tell her this, she will tell me, is it not you? You can do this, you can do that, you can do that. You also have to learn how to interact with people in business. I think your branding is your business is your branding. So talking, the way you relate to people, remember, especially as a growing brand, you have to pay attention to your mistakes, take corrections, just learn. They learn it. I didn't even know I could learn. You just learn, continue learning, make it a gradual product. I want to learn how to just relate with people, have understanding, to be able to explain to them, and sometimes to correct them. There's sometimes people go beyond. They might even, talk anyhow. You have a limit. You continue to learn. Me, I think it's a gradual stuff. You just learn it till it becomes you. Because sometimes thing we continue to change, we continue to learn how to talk to people. You continue to learn how to talk to people, how to relate to people. It's also part of your brand. If like an example, now I'm using myself, I said it's my story time, how I became my brand. I'm still growing, I'm still so small, I'm still growing. But yeah, sometimes when you post a video, remember, we are building brands. For people that really want to build brands, you post a video now, you did something, you've suffered, you've gone, like us that are inside into food. You go to market, you buy your ingredients, you've spent money, you've come, you started cooking this thing, cooking this thing, cooking this thing, cooking it, and then you post it, and somebody will come and be saying rubbish. People that devil have sent to come and destroy your brand, you will not go and be replying them. You reply, they will block you. There are some people that have lost their pages, they've lost everything they've worked for. Why? Because they are answering one person that maybe he woke up, he's already frustrated, he came online, he's looking for somebody to drag. You that has a focus, you have a brand to protect, you are not answering this particular person. You now attack this one. Have eaten up, we didn't have business. Some of them, they don't even have um they don't even have a place to go, and you have a brand to protect. You now sat down, ate the apple with this particular guy, you've eaten the apple, you now sat down, and you're now replying this person bomber to bomber. Who will lose? It's you that have the branding that is going to lose. So we in this business, let's just learn how to reply people, and who to reply, and when to ignore, when to answer, so and so forth, so forth and so forth. We have to just, our branding is also us. Nobody was born like that. We learn every day, we learn to change, we learn to change. We learn. There are some people that you control your temper, you control this, you continue learning. In fact, there are some people said their business life is out of their personal life. We continue to be learning, gradual process, gradual process, and that's just that. So in branding, you have to look at your products, your packaging, your label, which should include your packaging. We should not also forget our logos if we operate on social medias. We should not forget our logos. Then the pictures we post for people is also part of your branding. It's also part of branding. Then we belong to we there are some that we've not grown to the extent that we belong to communities, but we should just try to social in Facebook there are so many communities. Like if I'm inside food, if you're into food, if you're into fashion, I think they have different groups. You just continue posting those places. They can also drag people, but you could just post, like every comment, or even go okay like some might remove you and say you don't comment. You know, if you are locked in a room, you snap pictures, you don't post on social media, you don't post anywhere, no one is going to know you, no one is even going to know anything about you. So we also continue building. I started building mine from Facebook, social media, from some groups on social Facebook, some groups on Facebook. Till now I'm still, but that was how I was able to reach thousands, because it's a gradual process. There are some you post, it will go high. There are some I could remember then on my social media, my Facebook page. It was one food that native food. I don't know people that eat it. Whether I think it's only Enugu people that eat it. I'm yet to do it in video. I'm thinking of doing it. I'm thinking of doing it on one of my videos, because I will start very soon. I'll start producing more food videos. I'm trying to do this. They call it Igbanguoka. It's made with um, maize. Some people use fresh maize. I don't know the part. I don't think it's only Enugu people. Just that Enugu people have a special way of preparing their own. Even in the Enugu, there's a part in Enugu that also have a special way they prepare their own. And when I'm going to cook my own the way we also prepare our own in our special way. So this food is made of corn. You soak the corn. I prefer using the dried corn. You will soak the corn. Don't worry, I'm going to do it. It's going to be one of my newest videos when I start posting on is it April? Let me say April, beginning of April, or even beginning or ending of April. I'll start posting my new videos. So this corn, some people like fresh, but I don't like, for reasons well known to me. I prefer the dried one. What I do in the dried one is that I will soak the dried corn till it's soft. Then I'll go and blend this thing. After blending it, cook it like moi moi. It's like corn moi moi. Then we add vegetables. We add this oil bean. There's akpaka. We add akpaka inside it. Pepper, all this stuff, all this stuff. We add it into it. So that's how we make this. That's how we make this local dish. When I cooked it on when I cooked it on Facebook, boom, that day alone I got to 1,000. That was how I got to that 1,000. People were just sharing, following. That was how I got to that number. Branding, because they saw my branding, the way I presented it, they loved the branding, and they fell in love with this particular branding. That was how everything. Like I said before, thank you for joining this live. We'll be doing more of practicals on this live. Just like we are working on light, and the light is in this area that light not a proper light, especially the box light. I don't see how you will do this. It's not going to cost to be the one everybody that joined this live. I really, really love you guys. Thank you so much. You've made my day. I was not talking to myself. I was talking to people, and I know they listened, and they were going to put what we discussed in practice. Thanks for joining my life. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining, and thank you for listening to my story. Uh, I don't know whether it was boring or not, but I know you must have learned one or two things from my own experience. I'm still learning. It's a gradual process, but I know you must have learned one or two stuffs from my own experience, and you're going to put it in your own experience, and it's going to make sense for you. I know. Thank you so, so much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate. Remember, this is Njideka from Decalicious Foods. Thank you so much for joining my life. I really appreciate. I really appreciate. I love you guys so much. I love you guys so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for joining my life. See you next time. Bye.